Welcome on board. We are back and we're not wasting any time. So the first thing we're going to talk about are the next set of plants need to be growing in your garden. So here's what the first one is. It's called lovage. Lovage is a plant that will get 6 to 8 feet tall on its second or third year. It is a perennial, so remember with perennials, the first year they sleep so that they can grow their roots. They're just going to be tiny that time. The second year, they creep, so it might get a foot or two high. But the third year, it's going to leap, and it's going to grow to its full maximum size. And every year after that, the roots spread a little bit. It gets a little bit higher sometimes, but it will progress. Now, some people say that the seeds that fall from the plant will start new plants the next seasons. I haven't found that to be true yet, but it may work for you. It doesn't here in my zone. So if you can get the seeds started early in the house and get them started and then plant them out after the first frost, you'll do great. And the stems of the leaves, the stems of the plant are hollow, so you can use them as straws. It's very unique, and people think it's kind of cool. You can also make bamboo wind chimes, bamboo-looking wind chimes, out of them as a craft, and we do that and sell them on eBay. Now, you can also make this plant into soups or add it to salads because it has a very strong flavor of celery. So you'll have a perennial celery, and that's always good to have in your yard as spices. And it's got a lot of health benefits. In fact, everything that I'm telling you about today has a lot of health benefits. You'll want to check out our website to find out about that and a health sheet. And the address is down below. Now the next one is garlic. Garlic, is good in any kind of food you cook. And not only that, it's perennial. So you can plant it out in your yard and it will come back year after year until it's a tender perennial, so it takes 2 or 3 years before it'll quit producing. And they have a lot of health benefits, especially the fact that they help with raising your immune system. The next one is feverfew. And feverfew can help get rid of fevers, and if you take it regularly, it will reduce migraines to next to nothing. In fact, I was taking it, I took it for a month and a half, constant every day for 3 cups a day of tea, and my migraines went away for a year and a half. They came back a few months ago because of some interaction with some other medicines. But I'm back on it again, so it's always good to have in your yard. And they look like baby daisies. Little teeny tiny flowers, not even as big as the tip of my finger. But when they're in your yard, they look so sweet and innocent, and it does help when you plant these in a yard that you want to hide your food and your spices in plain sight. Yes, hide in plain sight. So it is a good healthy tea and has a lot of good benefits too. The next one is onion. We're adding the medicinal to the spices today so that you've got at least that in your yard. Now, the onions, they also raise your immune system, but they can be quite prolific. You can grow onions in various different ways. You can buy them as chives, and they have the cutest little pink or purple or white bulbs on the top. There's chives in garlic and in onion, and they're tiny and minuet, and you can tuck them into any garden that's hiding in plain sight. And there's bulb onions, red, yellow, white. You can put those in your yard. They end up with stalks that come up 3 to 4 feet high with a huge ball on the top. Some of them get this big. Ours get about the softball size. They're beautiful in the yard when you mix them with other things. And most people don't even have a clue what they are. You can save the seeds and grind them up and put them into your salads or soups. And they're wonderful, and then you can use them again the next year. Add them all over the place. The first couple of years they come up tiny, small, like chives. But the next year, they get bigger and bigger. Then the third onion that I want you to plant is called a walking onion, or an Egyptian walking onion. Because when they grow, the stalks get up so high, then they bend over onto the ground. And the head of the bulb is laying right here, and it's got dozens of little tiny onions on the end of it. Yes, onions on the end. And so you can just take those bulbs, break them up, and put them in soups, goulashes, whatever. But if you leave them in place or put them where you want them, you'll have a ton more onions. And they start growing like a patch, because they're not like the other onions. These will send up 5 and 6 shoots right next to it. So they are really great. And you can break them apart and transplant them around your yard. You'll love them. Finally, we're coming down to valerian. Oh, yes, valerian. That is the product that they make Valium from. So you get that from the roots. But you can also use the leaves and the flowers for a milder tea to help reduce some pain. The flowers are white and delicate and beautiful and look great in your yard. They have simple, beautiful leaves. And when you need to get rid of some stress, or have women's cramps or leg cramps, these would do great for helping with that. So you might want to look into valerian. It's a stinky root, but it does good. I think I heard once in a movie it said, smell good, smell bad, work good. There you go. Now, it's time for secret tips. And it's going to be about another plant. And we bought them in red and yellow and white. What am I talking about? Yarrow. Yarrow has so many health benefits. It can reduce inflammation. You can cook it in a pan. It doesn't have all that great of a taste, so I would add a bunch of other stuff with it to calm down the flavor. But you can also make a tea, and then you can add Earl Grey or peppermint or something else to help with the flavor. But it's not that bad. But it is if you're going to eat it like a whole bunch of spinach at one time. I'd add a bunch of onions and vinegar and stuff to make it taste better. But that's me. And so, but it can get rid of your inflammation. It can help with healing different parts of your body. It can help with calming hyperactivity. It can help with insomnia. And it can help with digestion problems. But the one that I like best is that it can help with moods. And so can 3 other of the items that we mentioned here today. And if you want to know about that, again, go to our website. And you can get that sheet along with getting some salad brunette. We've got that for sale. And so the mood in this time period, with all the stuff going on about COVID-19, the main reason that I'm so glad we have it in our yard, the very main reason, is because it helps with your lung and congestion. And with it raising immunity, it'll keep your breathing easier, and everybody can use something that's going to help. So that would be our suggestion. It's not going to fight the COVID. It will give you the strength to be able to have stronger lungs in case you do get attacked. So that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, we have finished up this session. We're thanking you for coming. Subscribe. Ring the bell. Give us a like. And we send angels all around. God bless. Bye.